Sexy Halloween Vi, Sexy Lives.
What is a costume, uniform, or aesthetic that always, without fail, does it for you?
What was the sexiest costume you wore on Halloween?
Sexy costume for an overweight, middle-aged dad? What are some sexy things to do during the Halloween season?
What is a good, sexy scary movie?
What's the female Halloween equivalent of putting your dick in a pumpkin?
What is the sexiest sex you've ever sexed?
Halloween Megathread 2020 edition. What's an NSFW fact about history that we don't get to hear too often?
In 1511 a bunch of people in Brussels took part in the building of 110 vulgar snowmen as an act of protest.
In ancient Egypt they held a fertility festival each year, and at this festival it was the pharaoh's responsibility to strip down and jerk off into the Nile.
Witches were more often mutilated than actually burned.
The author of Frankenstein lost her virginity on top of her mom's grave.
What unsupervised childhood activities did you participate in, that probably should have killed you?
My cousins and I, from the time we were toddlers, were just sent out into the forest in the morning with nothing but whistles to scare the bears. One time I chased a bear.
Swimming in the drainage canal by my house. Barbed wire, horse shit, concrete, fertilizer runoff, etc.
Lawn darts. Except no one was throwing them at the rings. No, toss them straight up in the sky and scatter.
If every douchebag on Earth decided to colonize Antarctica and rename it Douchelandia, what song would be their national anthem?
Any, but played in a cell phone speaker in a crowded area. It's pretty obscure, you probably haven't heard of it. It would be 20 seconds of 5 different songs, because each douche would grab the aux cord and say their song is more bangin'.
Their flag would be an affliction shirt on a pole.
Asshole by Dennis Leary.
Jake Paul, it's everyday bro.
She Hates Me by Puddle of Mud and Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer at the same time.
People who are ghosting other people, have you ever been called out? If so, how did that make you feel?
The real ghosters are ghosting this thread.
90% of people who ghost have an entirely different version of events.
What TV show can you always go back to and have a good time, no matter how much you've watched the show?
Futurama always gets me going. Wish they could bring it back one more time.
Malcolm in the Middle.
Red Dwarf.
Psych.
Whose line is it anyway?
What We Do in the Shadows.
Star Trek: The Next Generation. Always a great one to come back to over the years.
What is the worst punishment you received as a kid?
It might sound silly, but getting yelled at by my dad. Has got a short temper and sometimes I felt like I was walking on eggshells around him. Even hearing him yell at my siblings sent me into shakes and tears.
This post is fucking depressing. I interpreted it as reasonable but harsh for a kid punishment, but people are telling stories of parents with anger issues who were just being assholes. So sorry you guys had to go through that.
I got beaten the hell out me by my father. Went to hospital for about 5 days. My face was black and yellow. Neglected.
Standing in the corner, my parents would spank me but that would not faze me at all, but man did I hate it. Soap in the mouth was pretty bad too.
What did you try to warn someone about except they didn't listen and it turned out very badly?
I told my boss not to hire the girl who showed up to her interview late and in a belly shirt. Now we have a worker who perpetually calls out and whose dad has shown up to try to change her work schedule.
I tried to suggest that a friend use protection after she got an STI. She blew up at me, then had several more STIs and a pregnancy scare or two in the following months. If I said anything, I was obviously judging her promiscuous lifestyle.
What was a moment you said to yourself, "Damn, I actually am stupid"?
When someone told me they had the same name as me, I said, "Really? What's your name?" Needless to say, I felt like dying.
One particularly hazy morning I went to the cafe, paid for a cup of coffee, then promptly turned around and walked about a half mile down the block before realizing I never got my coffee.
Me, hey, have you seen my glasses? Did you check the fridge? And there they are, just like the 100 other times I can't find my glasses. Why do I put them in the fridge?